All right. What's up, YouTube? You already know, man. You on another episode of Do You Be Listening, though? Do you? Do you really be listening, man? It's me and Tom. We back. And the name of the video today is The Dire Need to Worry, because we're going to talk about all you worrying, you scurrying. No, we just here to talk, man. Go ahead and speak to him, Tom, man.
What's going on, brother? Once again, thanks for the invite. Peace and blessings to you and your family. And same here to the audience. Peace and blessings. Some healings to y'all, some healings to my family.
I say.
You the first person I heard say Ashe besides, some of my elders. And when I say it, I really rarely get an Ashe back, So Ashe,
Really?
yeah, so Ashe to you as well. It takes some of my, my elders, the old heads I deal with, they gonna give me the word of power,
Mm-hmm.
So Ashe means the word of power. It's like amen, it's
Yeah, for sure.
confirming. But yeah, you say the need to worry.
Yeah, it needs to worry.
I need to worry. And I think that most of us kind of locked in worry. When I was thought about what you were saying earlier, and I was like, damn, do animals worry? Just to kind of break it up on some, I'm like,
I mean, yeah, if anybody worry, they do, because or maybe I don't know, maybe because we
see,
look at
that
it
was
as
what
if,
it was. That's
yeah,
see, so
yeah,
now like you, I just wanted to go ahead and go look it up, go do a little studying on it.
right.
But in actuality, animals do worry, and then I thought about Caesar Milan, he's a dog whisperer or whatever. So he talked about animals having anxiety and XYZ. Well, why I went
Yeah.
there is because animals can have the need to worry, and in actuality, if we kind of consider ourselves part animal, animated beings, and and we have basically the same traits as animals, organs, lungs, and everything else. The only thing that makes us different is that we have an erect spine and a frontal lobe.
Right.
So if animals can worry, then why can't us? Well, why we shouldn't worry is because we do have a frontal lobe and we have the power to live in this present moment.
Mm-hmm.
So the present moment takes away worry. Worrying typically is from the past and is typically from the future. So, they say anxiety is in the future and worry is in the past.
Mm-hmm.
So, for me, it seems like it was a conditioning to worry, as far as how I started out. If I'm on the street, if I'm getting out, if I ain't worrying, I'm slipping, and you can't be slipping in the streets, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I thought that worrying was something that I needed to do, you know what I'm saying? Something that was part of the program. If I ain't trying to watch, if I ain't looking, if I ain't looking over my shoulder, then I'm slipping.
Mm-hmm.
So we can use worrying as we think that this is something that we should do. Like the title say, the dire need to worry, and we think that it's something that kind of holds us to who we are. It's an identity.
Mm-hmm.
So if we lose the worrying, then we lose our identity.
So you think the worry is identity?
Well, yeah, because a person can express their worry and say, "Yeah, man, this is me," or "This is how I feel." And if you take that past pain away from them, then they think that they're not who they are because they identify with that pain.
Mm-hmm.
So you have an emotional state, a mental state, and a physical state. So if your mental state is constantly in the past and you identifying with that and you taking that away, then you have nothing to identify with if you haven't put something else in there. So I think worry is an anchor for a lot of people that they have to stay in to be who they are. It's identity, meaning this is who I am. How you gonna change me? Oh,
I don't think everybody um is this a word, like a warrior? You know what I mean? I think you got uh how they be calling people what you call a worry
worry wart.
what I'm saying? Something like that, you know what I mean? Because I think the lifestyle that you in can cause more to worry. You know, I think possessions can cause more to worry. because you worried about losing stuff. You know, when people feel like they've gained something, they worry about losing it. So I don't know if that creates the personality, because I look at it then as like a trauma.
Okay. But
You
so
know,
what is like a trauma? Well, you no, so you saying it don't create identity, it create trauma?
yeah, like it come from a trauma. It's like a
Worrying comes from a trauma.
yeah, it's like built up trauma to me. Because if you always gotta be, it's just I guess it depends on what you're doing. Because you know
Well,
when you wake up, you take a shower and stuff. You ain't worried. You like, you know what I'm saying? That's probably the most peaceful time you in. You know, like, and then when you be like, when you get out of that shower, you be like, man, I gotta go outside today. You know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta go do something. I gotta make some money. I gotta do my job or whatever. I gotta do it. You know what I mean?
so,
So
so that's not, is that when you start to worry then?
I think that's when it probably click in, unless you just love what you do. You know,
Okay.
so it or maybe you feel like something's safe is not about, like, say, like you feel like you worried that you about to get in this car accident, or
So what do you okay, so what do
you
you
know
look at as identity? So what I mean by identity and worrying about identity is that
hmm
because we got several layers to things, you know, worrying can be um, not only something that we kind of challenge ourselves throughout a day, worrying can be, you know, as soon as I get out the shower, I'm looking for my chain. You know, if I ain't got my
hmm
chain, then I ain't who I am. So now I'm worried about how people view me. You know what I'm saying? I'm worried about how,
yeah, right, right.
so I'm looking at identity in a way of your possessions. So just like you said, your possessions, you know. So
hmm
I think that yeah, when you attach to different possessions, even material possessions, if I don't have these material possessions, I'm worried about my identity. And I think that's the biggest worry. I'm taking everything, you know, for me, I'm gonna put it on the inside. So worrying for me is not something that's gonna be external first, it's gonna be internal first. So when my internal has built up enough worrying, now I place that on every object outside of me. You know, my identity is not who it should be. So now I want to go to the gym or I want to lose weight. So now I'm a worry. So worry for me is something that's deep. So it's not just something that's surface that I'm worried about, you know, if she gonna call me tonight. No, only reason why I'm worried about she gonna call me tonight, maybe because of past life karma, some trauma that I had in the past life.
That's
Now,
why I said trauma. It's like it's come from built up trauma.
okay,
You know
okay,
what I
I like
mean?
that.
Yeah, because it's just I
So
don't
does
think it.
trauma make identity?
I don't think so. I think trauma make circumstances, like, when you stuck in a certain mentality and mind state. That's why they say, like, poverty is a mind state. You know what I mean? Because that be the mold you, maybe it do then in a way, because that's the way you want to live your life. You know?
Right, because right now you breaking down what you identify because you're looking at it as identity by um your facial features, maybe. How do you see identity?
Identity is to me, is your characteristics. You know what I mean? Like, what what builds you as a person, all in one.
Okay, now you know that's great because I never really broke down the etymology of identity,
hmm
but now just from just a knowledgeable base of what I do know, I know that identity is ID.
hmm
So it's actually ID is who I picture that I am to the world.
Right.
So I look at identity as a face. Who do you identify as? I
Yeah.
might identify as a father. I might identify as a brother. I might identify. So my character within that identity as a father, if I was abused or something like that, now I'm worried about somebody else being abused or worried about. So I do
Yeah.
agree that it is trauma.
Yeah.
I think that within that trauma, now we creating an identity that we hold on to.
hmm
So I agree that it does worrying does come from trauma. You
Yeah.
know, and then I think that now that trauma creates the identity because it doesn't have to.
hmm
So right, I can see the separation. Trauma doesn't have to create the identity because you can take the trauma and you can learn from it. You know, you can grab some reality from that trauma and you don't have to let that become your identity. You don't have to
Mhm.
live on what you have been through. You know, now that's a big thing. We live on what we've been through. We wear our pain as a badge,
Mhm.
you know. So I think that was kind of like how I'm looking at worrying, you know. I'm looking at as if it's something that's compulsive. You know, we always constantly go back to the same thought because
Mhm.
I think that worrying is something that's within the subconscious, is ingrained. Because when you living in the present moment, you know, I'm a barber now, so when I cut hair, I'm in the present moment. I can't think about something from the past, you know.
Right.
So I think that you know a lot of things that we kind of conditioned ourselves to believe has caused this worrying, which is fear, still fear. So
Yeah. Yeah. Fear is uh the number one of everything. That's what they control people with is fear. You know what I mean?
exactly,
The
exactly,
psycho the psychology of people, they be people worry too much, man.
right. They say
You
85%
know what I mean?
of the stuff we think about won't come, you know, won't happen.
I
You
had a
know,
thought, but I had a thought, but I lost my thought, you know. But a lot of people easily triggered, you know what I mean? And it's to the point now where it's being shown with more of a lack of control, you know what I'm saying? And I was a person with a lack of control. I would spaz, you feel me? So it just, man, worry can hit you from so many different angles, you know what I'm saying? It's just, it could just be you feeling like you ain't about to make a deadline, you know what I'm saying? That's whether if it's paying bills or exam or something or
so let's
assignment.
let's just stick at the bills. So if you
Yeah.
worrying about the bills, I'm gonna just say the bills that everybody got, the
Mm.
IPL. You know, I don't
Yeah.
want to, you know, be funny and talk about my own life, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say the IPL bill is worrying. You know, and if I just keep it real, you know, if you worried about your IPL bill, that must come every month. That's something you should have been already prepared for, and,
Yeah.
and you slipping. You know what I'm saying? So you're
Yeah, but it
worried.
can be but that worry can be created though. Like just say like somebody lose their job. You know what I mean? Like now they worried about it. They don't want to be in the dark. You know what I'm saying?
I,
Like
I,
so,
I feel that though, you know,
yeah.
but once again, for me, um, you know, if you take it at the baseline of they worrying about they lost their job, we're gonna say they lost their job.
Yeah.
So prior to losing their job, I have to ask what stance they in. So if I meet you in the stance of you lost your job and you worried about that IPL bill, then I have to do something to help you within if I'm within humanity. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So within
Most
humanity.
people, most people, you know, most people ain't like that.
Oh, right. Okay, that's true though. So
You know
that
what I'm
means now, so
saying?
if I take it to the step that on where we going with it, you know, far as on a level of just human, not no mercy for the next man, you can just say that now if you worried about you know your lights getting cut off because you lost your job, I say prior to you losing your job, did you educate yourself to find some type of tool to help you in case of the job being lost? You
Yeah.
know, and I always would
Yeah.
say that, you know, proper preparation prevents poor performance. I would say that you never let another man dictate your cycle, you know what I'm saying, in your
Yeah.
existence. So if
Yeah.
I'm gonna worry about the outcome of an event, that means I didn't prepare or I didn't plan. So that means that plan had some prior, you know, planning. Somebody else planned that for me, you
Yeah.
know, because I lost that job because the CEO of the job is on vacation while we at work, you know. So he has a plan, you
Well,
know.
let's talk about that that identity and that trauma one more time because so that's why I brought up what I said about the mind state. You know,
Yeah,
it's a person's mind state too, you know what I mean? Because yo your mind state, that's the I think that's the main thing why people don't switch. They get so programmed into running the same. I think that's NPC type shit. You feel me? But
yeah,
they don't. They this is how they see them holding on to their objects. You know what I'm saying? They
yeah,
really be, and it'd be like, okay, maybe it's this scenario. Maybe it's a regular dude with a regular job. Let's just say he get like $18 an hour and shit. They don't never be thinking like they just really be like, oh, well, as I go to work. pay my bills, I'm cool. You know what I mean? They don't, they might think of some extra shit, maybe like, yeah, maybe I might start a business one day, or maybe but they're not thinking about nothing they can do right now. They just thinking about what after they pay their bills, they still got their couple dollars left over. What they gonna do with that? Kick it, or you know what I mean? Go get a nice outfit or some shit. It'd be like some shit because people want to experience being seen and living. You know what I mean? Like, so I mean, unless you just a hermit, but that's how people they want to go out and be recognized and maybe feel like they fit in. Now, that's why I brought up the word fit in because everybody want to fit in. They not even thinking like that. Like what you just said was I know better. You feel me? But they like, I'm good.
Yeah. So what do you think about that then? So what do you because
I
that's
think
true.
it, I think it's a sick.
I don't have a response to that one because that's true. People do live, by the seat of their pants. They live by the,
Yeah,
by the next day. I live today and worry about tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? They
right.
do live by that. But I think that same scenario of living like that, don't get me wrong, because I lived like that, but I lived in such a way to where my actions might have been progressive to put my money up or to save or to think about the future, but the actions on how I made the money was straight murder. I don't care what's gonna
Yeah,
happen tomorrow. It's
right.
the dog eat dog world. It's the 90s. So I gotta say that, man, I think that when you living by the edge of your seat and you still keep living, you just eventually turn around and say, no, let me pay my bill ahead of time.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that people go through enough pain and then they finally say that, well, because I worried enough about, what's gonna happen or this, that, and the other. And then you finally do, switch it up because that is a real scenario. The person that's living by the seat of his pants, meaning that,
Mm-hmm.
hey, bro, I don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow, but let's go grab this bill. Let's go hang out. Let's go have some fun. Well,
Mm-hmm.
I think that at that time, that's cool. Like,
Yeah.
I honestly gotta say that not being judgmental, if I'm talking to a 27-year-old me, which I'm almost talking to a 27-year-old me. I love you like myself. So if that being the case, and you in that rat race, I gotta say, bro, live that rat race, but go hard though.
Yeah.
Like go hard.
Mm-hmm.
If you gonna crash out, I kind of I'm judging myself on how I say that because that was me.
Mm-hmm.
If you're gonna crash out, crash out. But then prayerfully at the end of your crash out, you end up in the feds for 10 years, like I did. You don't die. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Or prayerfully in your crash out, you end up in the feds and you learn something, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But if you do die, you gotta understand that reincarnation is real and that karma that you brought to yourself while you was crashing out, you coming back to crash out until you learn.
Mm.
So crash out, brother. Just crash out. But at the same time, if you crash out and you make it through the night, nigga wake up and then say, fuck that shit.
Yeah.
How many times niggas come around me, they be toe up from the floor up, drunk, peeled, this, that, and the other. I ain't gonna judge you, but go home and wake up and if you make a better decision, then bro, I'm here if you make a better decision. Until then, I was in the same boat of living by the seat of my pants and kind of like with no conscience. But
Mm-hmm.
that's why we're here to the platform to actually bring about a conscious awareness of the power that we do have. Your mind is powerful enough to change your circumstances and live in the present moment. I feel like because I've been a few places. I was in a few places without naming the places because you can go right around the corner and see somebody eating out a can of eating some beans and that's it. It's cold. They ain't got no microwave to heat it up. But
Mm-hmm.
but when you living like that, you smiling though.
Mm.
So if you smiling and you living like that, and the roach on the wall and y'all kicking it, and I was like, I kicked it like that. You ain't
Mm-hmm.
telling the nigga, kill the roach. No, you just kill the roach, knock the motherfucker down. Nigga, if you got the beans and hot dogs, nigga, keep that shit away from my hot dog.
Hell nah.
You kicking it. You living
Yeah.
in that. So live. The idea is that if you living in that, I guarantee you, not I guarantee you because I don't want to be absolute like that, because I've talked to people and I've been in situations like that. If you own it, you're gonna love it.
Mm-hmm.
But you gotta own it. So how many people truly owning their pain? You know, how many people truly owning that worry?
No, I mean, and like I was telling you before, like most humans live in fight or flight. You know what I mean? So it's always that's crazy. You know what I mean? Like you just think about your existence is fight to live, to die. You know what I'm saying? You just stuck in this mode, you know what I mean? And they said it causes a lot of stress and wear and tear to the body. And and you gotta know this been created. This has been a situation that's been created for people, and people not realizing that they are being controlled and manipulated, and they just think, oh man, it's a conspiracy. It's something. No, it's real. It's a rat trap. You know what I mean? And we need to break out of it for real.
So so when you say they being controlled and manipulated,
Mhm.
once again, I'm gonna ask you a question. Do you think they
What up?
being controlled and manipulated?
I mean, at this point, it's so disrespectful. It's so like it used to be
I,
a lot more hidden. This shit so in your face. It's like they just standing over you, like, yeah, little, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's crazy. And it's people cool with it, man. Like, I don't and they talk about it. You know what I mean? Like, you didn't see how many people was talking about Diddy and all like that. They just love it. You know what I mean? Like they really act like they so disgusted by it, but they really love it because it's giving them some kind of drama to feed on. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy, man. Like it's crazy.
hey,
I
you
really,
took the words right out of my mouth.
yeah,
They feed off of it. You know what
right.
I'm saying? It's
Yeah,
like, how they feel about it, they don't care.
yeah.
You
You know
know,
what I mean? They take the information to the real world. You know what I'm saying? Like
because
it's
I couldn't believe how many
just
people, didn't realize that the football games be rigged or whatever the case, like they blindside us, they hit us in the face with it, and then they put their hand behind their back and say, we didn't do that.
yeah.
And then they
Like a
people say,
little like you a little kid. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
you know,
Like you like that's only game strong enough to trick a little kid, man.
right, and we ain't naming names, we ain't naming current events, or past events. But like you said, when the gig is up, the gig is up. It's 2025, bro. Why do we gotta keep running to the damn Square TV? You know what I'm saying? Finding out all our information. Why we gotta keep running to there, worried about the next
Hmm.
superstar, next celebrity? The
Yeah,
gig is up. You didn't
yeah,
trick too many damn times. Why the
yeah.
fuck, excuse me, but I don't need no health care. I don't need no welfare. I'm gonna pay for what I need because I'm gonna solidify myself and put myself in position just like, what I'm saying, I need to be at this
Hmm.
point in my life. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Because like you said, the gig is up, you
Hmm.
know. So a young
The
man was
gig
telling
is
me
up. Maybe that should have been the header. The gig is up.
the gig is up, you know what I'm
The
saying?
gig is up, man. Like people gotta know this. Like, most people come online to me, well, from what I see, everybody come online and they either trying to be funny, hysterical, or they trying to be deep and talk about like, some
Right.
oh, fact check this. Oh, yeah,
Nah.
textbook this. You know what I'm saying? Like I people need to hear this type of shit. It's just regular conversation from regular people. You know what I'm saying? Because some people, they man,
They get to
they get
talk.
they either that or like they probably may get big and they not even regular no more. Like they forgot. Like that's how they say don't forget where you came from. You know what I'm saying? People easily forget where they came from. It seems
Well,
like.
most people are still ego driven, and we all have ego, different layers of the ego. So when you ego driven, then you always gonna forget where you come from, or you're gonna forget what meaning your substance or your essence. You know what I'm saying? You
Mhm.
you are who you are, regardless of what's going on outside of you.
Yeah,
I'm saying so, and if you're doing it for the energy of love and for the energy of existence, all of that's gonna come anyway. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? You don't have to be a people pleaser to please yourself and to please others that follow, what I'm saying, what you feel. But people are dumbed down and led by whatever culture, the next fad, the next this, the next
hmm,
TikTok. So if I could be this famous, this person, or like this person, that's what's gonna make me good.
It's
Nah,
a bunch of guilty pleasures, basically. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
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 yeah. I mean, that's what. Yeah, we had a conversation about that before. Was what we was talking about desires. You know what I mean?
yeah.
How people live by their desires and stuff like that. You know, but do you look at that as a lack of like a lack of discipline?
Yeah, because that's the mind. The mind
Yeah.
is you're not training your mind enough to control your thoughts to where you won't to slow move back and forth with anything, you know what I'm saying, that they telling you, or any move, any emotion that come, you ready to
Hmm.
jump on that emotion. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So yeah, if you can't control your mind, you can't control nothing. And then that's where the worry is. The
Hmm.
worry is within those thoughts. Those thoughts come from the past, those thoughts come from in the subconscious. Because when you work and you doing your craft, that's what I was gonna hit on earlier. When you work and you doing your craft, you're not gonna realize what you worried about because it's up under that. It's in the subconscious and it's building you up. Like, yeah, Tone, nigga, you remember this? I'm gonna bring that back up. And you just sitting there chilling. Then you just start ruminating on those thoughts, you know what I'm saying? Instead of letting the thoughts just go, you know what I'm saying? Like clouds, meaning you have lack of control of the mind. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Mind is the only thing that's given to us with the frontal lobe that is higher than other animals. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Once again, so when they in that fight or flight, like you said, they're in that R complex of the brain. That's the oldest part of the blind brain. When they say you had to run from animals or this, that, that, I ain't never, my ancestors ain't never ran from an animal. You know what I'm saying? In my incarnation, I ain't never ran from no animal. I ate off the trees. It was plentiful. But anyway, that's what the art complex is for. That's the reptilian brain. That's the brain that makes you see movement. It makes us see the figure of a woman. So that part of the brain is built in fight or flight. It's built in fear. And
Yeah.
then we have different parts of the brain. The frontal lobe is what we use near the pineal. We use that for creativity, for thoughts, to think in advance, you know, not to go into AI, but AI can't think in the future. If I say I'm going to go get something to eat, you cannot AI what I'm about to go get.
Hmm.
Not unless you done programmed me in such a way to where I'm constantly going back to that program. Like you said, we being
Yeah.
programmed. We seeing
Yeah.
the Red Lobster, we seeing the KFC, we
Hmm.
being programmed. So yeah, it's
Yeah.
a lot of control of the mind.
Yeah. That's what I see. Like what damn. What I was like people talk. They don't talk about addictions enough to me. You know what I mean? Because they think it's addictions more. Are you addicted to drugs? You addicted to drinking or cigarettes or you know what I mean? I think your habits could be an addiction. I think as simple as you can't stop cracking your knuckles could be an addiction. You know what I mean? Because it's just something that you can't. It's very much harder for you to unlearn because you do it so subconsciously. So in all in a nutshell, we all gonna be still programmed because it's just you can't help doing something. You know what I mean? It could be like this. You could just do this all the time. You don't even know it.
Well,
Like you
like
know what I'm
that's
saying?
called fidgeting. So that's
Yeah,
called
yeah,
fidgeting.
yeah.
So
But it's
so
just
once
like
again, once again, it's like a controlled mind. It's
hmm
it's a practice. If you don't work out your muscles, they're not gonna grow. If you don't practice, sitting there harnessing your mind, reading a book, studying long enough to read a book, then yeah, you're gonna fidget, you're gonna move, you're gonna do this, that, and the other. So I do agree with you. You're not wrong. I do agree that we are always in an addictive mode to do something. Which, like I grew up twirling it, my hand and back. But as I get older, I gotta break certain chains. You know what I'm saying? I gotta break
hmm
them. I can't
Yeah,
fall back into that and identify with that.
yeah,
You know,
yeah, for sure.
can't. So
Hmm.
so you're right. I think like you're right. But we
Hmm.
gotta be able to break free from that addiction.
Yeah,
Then when we don't break free from the addiction, we worrying about the addiction. That
yeah.
worrying is an addiction.
Hmm. I mean, I think yeah, that's true. I think anything that your your body is telling you it won't is an addiction that you got to break. You know what I mean? And what I mean by that, if you come, say you had a long day, and first thing you think of, you say, I need a drink. You know what I'm saying? That's your body communicating through you to tell you that you need to drink, but you don't need to drink. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Is you don't. You know what I mean? And it's like, what you gonna do? You that's that is you gonna shoot a dribble. You know what I mean? You
right.
know what I mean? And then you just that it's that easy. Or you could just say you come in the house, you see motherfucker already at the house and they drinking. You know what I mean? Like, shit, let me hit that bitch. That's the first thing you gonna think of. Like
I mean,
it's
so it, but I mean, so did they plan on not drinking?
they want to, but
Oh,
it'd be hard. It'd be harder for them to be like, damn,
so that's attached.
everybody around me. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's addiction. You know what I mean? So it's I'm just breaking it down to the simple to that simple level. You know what I'm saying? I can just if I don't want to do nothing, I can be like,
Okay, then. So can they do it? Yeah.
can they though? That's why they say only the strong survive, man. You know?
Well, there you go.
You know what I mean?
You know,
So
so we got too many people on earth anyway. So you're right. I don't,
yeah.
it's not built for everybody. The system that we in 2025 is about to change us so much to where it's not built for the weak person.
Hmm.
The weak person will become a slave to whatever technology that they have to use to make money. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? The weak person will fall slave to the worrying,
Hmm.
to the anxiety of what we gonna do next, you know what I'm saying, type of idea. So you're right. It's not, I mean, only the strong survive.
Yeah.
Only the strong survive. It's just you choose your hard. So you're gonna be hard, weak, or you're gonna be hard and go hard and stand up for what you believe in, and
Hmm.
take precedence in your life and have some character about yourself and what you identify with. Or you go, sit there and murmur and backbite and gossip, because that's all part of worrying, you
But
know.
let me ask you this question though, because you said you said something earlier about the reincarnation and the karma, to come back and you know go and still go through that karma again, or maybe what I mean. So because I want to look at it like this, you got youth, like youth people like 14, let's say in the middle. I ain't even gonna say like a baby or nothing like that. People always want to go that far, but say he died at 14. You know what I mean? Is that karma? Is he because he died at 14, he got to come back again? Like, or is that another reincarnation process? Or, you know what I mean? Like,
Okay,
where?
so of course, don't nobody know unless you willing to say that the sages and the consciousness, that the Christ conscious beings that have walked this earth have went into the astral plane, and they have looked and seen how the soul develops. So when you say that a boy dies at 14, you talking about a chronological age. The soul doesn't have an age like that. So when you
Mm,
say, is that karma? First and foremost, karma is a built up of actions that have created or weighted or attached to the soul, like attachments, like we just was talking about.
mm-hmm,
So that karmic attachment that you bring into this physical life has past lives. This is a past life. So you might be looking at a chronological age of 14. I say a baby, hit
mm-hmm.
it close to home.
Yeah.
It's a lot of babies that's dying, in human era. Sometimes, I try not to be provocative at 50, but in human era, we'll sit up there and say that, why the baby gotta die? Why God, do the baby? Well, in karma, according to what we're talking about now, we looking at a baby as the physical sense. But what about the solar part of the baby? The baby
Mm-hmm.
has a soul, and within that soul, it also had a past life. They grew up into a certain age that might have created a certain attachment.
Hmm.
So that might be that baby's last life that it got to live before it's liberated into cosmic consciousness.
Mm,
But once again, we going that's kind of deeper off into, the mystery systems of Kabbalah. You know what I'm saying? And that's a deeper study. But at the same token, it's not deep enough to where we can't get it on a surface level. Some actions that are created by humans only deal with humans. Let's take the idea of God being a human out of it. You know what I'm saying? You create these things as humans because we have the power to create like a
mm-hmm,
God. We're not God. We have the power to create like God. So
mm-hmm,
we're creating these actions as human beings, and we're not developing the soul. then you're gonna have to pay retribution for that action that you created in that past life. And you kind of know it when you wake up. The same shit you go back to every time. Your subconscious.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm worried about this. Oh, I'm worried about that. Well, I'm gonna beat my beat. You know what I'm saying? That's some
That's
past
because
life.
that's because people are addicted to patterns, man. You know,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's great.
yeah,
But that's the way you learn. That's the way you learn your past life.
but you gotta learn if you want to. This is how I look at it. Like, if you want to be a pattern junkie, create more patterns. Then create a lot of patterns. You know what I mean? Like, don't be the patterns that go back to your same patterns. Go do another pattern. You know what I mean? Like, just like
Travel another road.
I don't even drive the same way home all the time. Like, sometimes I mean, you know what? Somebody might be following me or something. You know what I'm saying? But is that a worry or is it just a joke? You know what I'm saying? Like, but I would say that to myself. And I'll be like, shit, let me go this way. I want to go this way today. Or maybe because I want to see something new, I'm gonna go this way today. You know what I mean? So it's people, if you're gonna be, some people don't even know they use the same sentences every day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
that deep. You know what I mean? It's like you
I mean,
constantly.
we can be automatrons. You know, people are robotic.
Hmm.
People are robotic. You're right. So when you said that you watch that you don't do the same patterns, you know that's real. But that's
Yeah.
because you're a sentient being. You able to control your own destiny. You
Hmm.
able to not stop at a stop sign just because it say stop. You know, so when you're in control of your own destiny, you might do hit a different corner. You might say it was because of that reason. I might have turned that corner the same reason. And nigga might be following me, but now I turn that corner because I know I don't build patterns no more. Because sometimes I don't want to be in a loop. I don't want to be an
Hmm.
automatron. I don't just want to follow the crowd sometimes. You know what I'm saying? I want to stand out. I want to be alone, but I don't want to stand out to where you backlash. I might want to turn the corner when I live left. I'm gonna turn right. That's my backlash. That's me changing the pattern. That's me
Hmm.
switching my system. You know what I'm saying? Rewiring my brain. You know, so yeah, I agree with you. You do gotta switch it up. You know what I'm saying? Don't let the left hand know what the right hand doing. You
Hmm.
know, but when you stuck in that loop, you stuck in that cycle. That's that worrying pattern. So you stuck in a cycle now. You know, so
Yeah. And the cycle is easy, man. You know what I mean? It's real easy to fall into.
excuse me one second.
Mhm. You good? All right. Yeah, it's easy to fall into, and shit, man. To be honest, I'm still breaking cycles now. So it's a lot of it's a lot of things that, the world just it don't care. That's one thing that you gotta realize is that the world don't care. You know what I mean? Like, if you think somebody care, you should keep them around. You know what I'm saying? Like, because the world don't care, man. And, you
Yeah,
know.
they don't. And then the patterns that people, stuck in, they typically stuck in the patterns that is not helpful for them or for nobody else.
Hmm.
So when you say the world don't care, they don't care because they only care about, what's on their phone. You
Hmm.
know, if they can look down and they can see the screen, that's all they really care about. I don't want to get off into that though, because that is another way of breaking patterns. If you leave out the house, you leave your phone at home, don't go back and get it and see how you feel. You
Hmm.
attached to it, you physically attached to it
Yeah, that's
because you
true.
got a feeling, you got a feeling about this. So when
Yeah.
you say attachments, once again, they bring worry. All attachments bring worry.
Hmm.
And then when we say, oh, attachments bring worry, well, what don't I supposed to be attached to this? Don't I supposed to be attached to that? No, you don't
Hmm.
supposed to be attached to nothing. You're supposed to lose all attachments.
Hmm.
Every book tells you that. You know what I'm saying? You lose the son leaving the mother to go cling to the wife. You know what I'm saying? You get all sorts of different, ways of leaving things and leaving attachments behind. So no, you don't supposed to be attached to nothing.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
attachments is what we own. We,
Yeah,
we be
that's
stuck.
true.
We be
That's
stuck
that's
in
the that's
pattern.
the now I go back to the word addiction. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, it's just, and No, I can't say that. I was gonna say, is it addiction if you know better or don't know better? But it don't matter either way. If you keep going back, it's the same. Yeah, it's the same.
Well, to
But
me, you know something, if you know something, you going back to it, although you know better.
mhm.
My
That's
grandmother,
insanity too, though.
my grandmother used to say that's a dog going back to the vomit.
Mm.
So that's the dog going back to the
Back to
vomit.
what it's used to,
Man,
basically.
the
Yeah,
vomit,
yeah. I mean, you ate it. It's back what it's used to. Like
you
it's just
know?
like it's just like a motherfucker. Like when they fall off, they usually go back to the
Eh,
beginning. You know what I mean? They don't try to start a new beginning.
Right,
They go back to the same beginning. You know what I'm
right.
saying? Like so it's just,
Same pattern that
you know
got
what I'm
you there
saying? Yeah, like let's see if I can do it again. You know what I mean?
and mess
So
up again.
mm-hmm.
But once again, that's that mind, man. That's the frontal lobe. That's the meditation. That's what we got to grasp hold to. We got to grasp hold to some type of centering, some type of balance. You know what I'm saying? To where we can have some power. Take our power back. We have to be able to utilize this mind. You
Yeah.
know, so say that we do go back to when my grandma used to tell me that, man, I'm like, "Ooh, she used to get me with that, because
Mm-hmm.
I raised dogs, I had some pit bulls, whatever the case may be, but Shar-Peis, but everybody had pit bulls. That's why I went to get the Shar-Peis. But anyway, I
Mm-hmm.
knew about the dog going back to the vomit, and I'm out there, in the street, I see something wrong, I see the pattern wrong, and grandma like, hey, that's like a dog going back to the vomit. I'm right back on it, you know. But
Mm-hmm.
I inflicted a lot of pain on myself. You know what I'm saying? The things that happened from my worrying about, how I'm gonna make it, how I'm gonna feed my kids, how I'm gonna do this. I inflicted a lot of bodily pain on myself.
Yeah.
Nobody never really did too much to me. I ain't
Yeah.
been shot, stabbed, or nothing. But the pain I caused on myself was from worrying. I gotta
Mm-hmm.
get it, but where I'm gonna get it, I'm gonna make sure everybody gonna eat, gonna survive at the same time, but it's wrong. So I'm worried. I'm worried.
Mm-hmm.
I'm worried about the bills that's paid. I'm worried about
And this is the thing. This is exactly what I said. This is when somebody is in a mind state, they don't even see past that shit. That reality right there is they only picture. You know what I mean? That's what they see. They be like, this is what I'm gonna do to do what I've been doing. And it don't be like, all right, I'm gonna sell drugs, but I'm gonna be. It's some people though. Let me build these businesses or something. Let me do this, so I can slide the fuck out for real. Like you know what I mean. Like, but that's a rare case. Or some people do that to cover up they shit. But you know what I'm saying. It's just like if you just stuck in this prism, that's where you might even always talk about something. Yeah, one day. Just keep dreaming. But if you stuck, you stuck. And that's the thing that's hard to be broken. You know what I mean? Like you got to think like you what you 50, right?
yeah.
All those generations in between. I'm gonna say the generations is 5 foot because everybody's still alive to see the
Okay.
same
So you say
circle.
5 year generation.
Yeah,
Don't
five
say
year gen.
5 year generation.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. The generations is in fives.
Right.
All right. You seen him do this. You seen him do this. You seen him do this. You seen him do it. You seen him try to do it. You seen him almost do it. And you
Right.
still see this, and you be like, I can do it.
Okay. Now me being 50, why I'm not doing the same thing is because I caught the pattern. I
Mm-hmm.
seen the light that no, I'm lying. I didn't see the light. I felt the pain. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I felt the pain of what I was doing was causing my demise, So
Mm-hmm.
I seen it before, before it actually took me all the way under. So you're right. We see people, we see generations ahead of us, you know what I'm saying? And we see
Mm-hmm.
that they doing the same stuff and they falling down the same road, but we it's weak. We weak minded, so we take
Yeah.
on the advice on we take the leadership of a weak person. You know what I'm
But
saying? We don't choose to turn out the box because when I see my, no disrespect to the OGs, but when I seen some of my OGs, ain't none of them like that now though, but the OGs are strung out. You know what I'm saying? They didn't they,
mm-hmm.
they didn't they didn't start drinking. They this, they that. You know, so if I'm looking out in front of them, looking out in front of me, and I'm saying them, damn, that's what you be when you 70. Damn, you sold dope all your life and you ain't got no health insurance. Now you still, but
Mm,
not no disrespect to that because I didn't know how I was gonna change that. But the pain that entered into my being, into my awareness, it showed me that I can't be with the things that I'm attached to in a good way, which was my
mm-hmm,
kids, this, that, and the other. But those same things that brought me out of looking in that direction also brought me to them no attachments. So
mm-hmm.
yeah, you're right. I did follow people that was in bad patterns. It just takes a stronger mind, and it takes enough pain for you to say, I don't want this no more. I don't want the pattern of my ancestor. I don't want the pattern of my mom or my dad.
Yeah.
I don't want that pattern because that's what I think you're right. We 100% live in our patterns until we break it. We are who our parents are.
Mm-hmm,
The much as we hate the way our parents did us. Well, I'm gonna say me. So as a broken home child, and my father not being there, I didn't want to not be around for my own kids. I wanted to be there for my kids. But me
right.
going to prison, now it didn't took me away from my kids. Now that was unbeknownst to me, meaning I didn't want that to happen. But why in the world are you out there if you creating these patterns of sell drugs, you doing this? Hey,
Mm,
that's the outcome. But then I happened to catch wind and I learned.
mm-hmm,
So you're right. We are stuck in patterns. We see people ahead of us. We see what happens to them. We look to the right of us. We see what happens to them, but we follow the wrong guidance. We got these different,
mm-hmm.
thoughts and stuff that's coming in the head, but we don't allow room for other thoughts because we repeating the same thoughts over and over. So, we
But this and this,
allow those repetitive.
because I fell victim to the same shit. You feel me? But I always ask myself, this is what I always ask myself, why do I want to play the game where you wanted by the most people? You know what I'm saying? And this is what I mean by that. When you in the streets, you wanted by a nigga that want what you want. I mean, want what you got. You you wanted by the motherfucking police. You wanted by somebody who wanted the feed off of you. You want it's like the wanted list continue. It just keep going. You wanted by the hater. You wanted by that bitch down the street. You wanted by somebody everything. You want to fight the worst fight instead of just, man, let me use some money for this. Let me do this. Let's go. I can make money like this. I can make money like that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a culture that they got us stuck in. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That's
It's
that's
it's the
that's
glitz and
a
glamour fast way
you
to make
know,
money.
but that's not even glitz and glamour, man. That ain't
It ain't when you know better.
shooting at, running from, like you like all that ain't nothing. What is that? You know what I mean? Like, damn. At least
Well,
have
let me
somebody,
say,
yo, at least let your worry be somebody trying to sue you, or you know what I'm saying, somebody like some regulars, you about to lose your business or something. Like, don't come on, man. That's crazy.
yeah, but now I'm playing devil's advocate because you talking to the 27-year-old me. So
Hmm.
you gonna be 30 and I'm gonna be 27. I'm looking at you like this nigga right here. He's a sucker. He think I
Hmm.
go to work. Nigga, I'm over here making bread. I'm over here swiping the card. I'm over here doing this. I'm doing that. You want me to go to work? You want me to build a new pattern? I'm getting this money. That nigga down the street just hating on me. That nigga just a hater. I fucked this broad.
Yeah, that's
Use
the
my
that's
language.
the that's the mind state.
That's the mindset.
Yeah.
However, though, when you in that mindset, you run into a hole that bring you out of the mindset. So let's just say that they make it to hear our voice, or they hit the channel. They somebody that then liked the button, and somebody next to their channel or next to our channel gave them a
Hmm.
word. Once you didn't heard it, now you got the opportunity to change it. Now, if you didn't heard it and you didn't heard it in your heart and you won't
Hmm.
change it, oh, okay, that was me.
Yeah.
So I even heard it in my heart. I knew it was time to change. I'm like,
Mm.
nah, not
Yeah,
gonna.
yeah. But everybody don't get that. Some of us be like, shit, I'm going out goods blazing. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, you know what I mean?
if you get
That's
to this point, you weren't supposed to go out blazing.
I know it, man. I'm a project baby. You feel me? Like you feel me? Like I'm for the streets. But it's like it ain't take me that long. So like you know what I'm saying? And I wonder why for some people it takes so long, you know, or some people it shit, it
Well,
ain't
for me,
long
it's
enough. It
long.
ain't long enough. They want to stay in that ratty position, man. You know what I mean? Like even if you up in the position, if you up in the position, you still in a
All
shitty
right.
position. You
Yeah,
feel me?
that's true. That's
That's
true.
you in a shitty position, man.
That's just like anything else. That's just the father going, you know what I'm saying? He 30 years old or 35 years old, a nigga going to, Amazon, he throwing the boxes, the nigga know the nigga was a good draw artist, whatever the case may be.
Mhm.
That's the same thing. It might be the same, it might look different because I sold dope or whatever the case may be, and I was stuck
Mhm.
into that pattern.
Yeah.
What about the nigga that's going to work every day? He working at Amazon, but he had a better gift. You
Yeah.
throwing the boxes to make shit ends meet. But that ain't shit, nigga. You going doing the same shit, going on the corner, drinking your beer, hanging out
Mhm.
with your guys, but you know you can do better.
Oh, don't let that
So, I think
don't let that version of the person that you talk about be one of them holier than thou motherfuckers. You know? They they frown upon everything you do.
well, they worried about everything. The biggest thing they worried about is going to hell.
Yeah,
So,
exactly. You know what I
so,
mean?
so
That's crazy,
that's the
man.
biggest that's the biggest
Yeah.
fit that they put on the holier than
So,
thou,
but why do you feel like what I gonna ask you that because that's kind of like you already know the answer to that, but you know I always wonder that like if somebody puts you here and say they love you and you got free will, why they gonna send you to hell?
They not because you go send yourself to hell.
Yeah, is that like what
You
that mean
know,
you I think hell is your guilty conscience when you pass. That's your guilty conscience. Like
it is. I agree.
you know
I
what I
agree.
mean?
You
Like,
know, to expound on that, then where's the heaven?
mm-hmm,
You say people they want the heaven or they want to go to heaven, and then just to kind of break off to keep it real, Revelation say heaven is gonna come down to earth.
mm-hmm. It's
You
supposed to
know,
be heaven on earth.
right? So
We can
right,
live in harmony.
right.
You know
So
what I'm saying? It's
so where they hell at is in their mind, just like where they heart at. Their heart and their hell is in the same place. So that's why they
yeah.
got turmoil in their life. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so I agree. It's like the person is willing to keep committing this, keep doing this, and then now you going to hell. You running from hell, but now you in hell in the mind, and now
Mm-hmm.
you go to the dream world. You in hell then. You have
Mm-hmm.
nightmares and shit. So
Yeah.
hell is right there. If we ain't changing it right now, you know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna change when you go to sleep or when you die. You gonna catch some hell then for real. But then you're gonna come back because we have a just God, and I understand that the creator of the cosmos has nothing to do with man's everyday life. That's what the free will is for. He gave us a choice and gave us an opportunity to achieve enlightenment. It's up to us to find out how. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Yeah, man, for
Yeah,
sure.
man. Yeah.
So yeah, this was a topic that I think that could have kept going on, man.
It still can, man. It
Yeah,
still can because what we had, I think. Oh yeah, we had eight. We did almost an hour side.
yeah. So
You
I
know,
mean,
but just
I'm gonna start. I'm getting to the point where I make videos over that time, but you know what I mean. I just want to,
right.
what I mean. I'm about with it a little bit. You know what
Yeah, we
I'm
we
saying?
freestyling. We
Yeah,
freestyling.
yeah.
I'm gonna say this because it seems that even if one person is listening or two people listening, it
Hmm.
I like to do it, and for real, we can actually have a topic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
If you want us to have a topic, but for me, I don't mind freestyling, but every
yeah,
day I come with something with on the book side.
yeah.
We'll come.
This what we do.
Right.
We
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 just chop
we
it up.
just chop it up. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like this is what we do anyway. You know what I mean? So, what I mean?
That's what we do anyway.
That's why I enjoy doing this with you because it's what I mean. This is what we do, man. You know what I'm saying? So, but
Right.
with that being said, man,
Yeah.
I love today's discussion, man. I think we probably might come back to having a discussion about this one day. But
Yeah, because I want to have a discussion on it because I want to, because worrying is something we can talk about. Just put it like this. This
mm-hmm,
the need to worry, but we freestyled it.
mm-hmm,
So the need to worry too, you know what I'm saying? You already hit the need to worry too.
mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go into some things that I kind of like seen that I kind of jotted down on how we worrying and what it causes us. You know,
Yeah,
what
yeah,
pain that
yeah.
the worrying causes us, and
Mm-hmm.
how stuck in those patterns, you know, cause us to kind of live in a cycle of disease and hopelessness, and you know how a little bit of how maybe we can get out. You know,
Right, right.
because that'll be 3, 4, and 5 on down the line, but just on the next time if we hit back on it, just more so about worrying and how it doesn't help anything, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
for
doctor
sure.
keeps worrying, it don't help nothing, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's always good talking
Yeah.
to you.
Yeah, all
You
the time, man. Yeah, for sure,
know,
man. And
yeah,
then this
I'm
this this
with
was
you.
this is a topic right here. I like this topic because it's like this is everyday struggle.
Yeah,
This can be down to the simplest thing. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like you, it's just to the simplest. I like simple things, and this is the things that people don't pay attention to. Because if you change the simple things, the
the
big
big thing's gonna
things
change.
they're gonna change.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
right.
So
That's
you know
true.
what I mean. Much love to all y'all, man. Tom, man, thanks for coming out again, man. And I'm you the co-host, man. I don't know
Hey,
I don't know where you think you going, man.
hey,
We
hey,
locked in, man.
hey, we locked in. You know,
Yeah.
hey, if we can, you know, I'm like, you know, I can go on and on, but you know, as a barber, you know, I'm always trying to, you know, freshen y'all up. You know, so it's
Hmm.
my existence within now. If I can freshen some, you know, some
Hmm.
people up, freshen some family up on what helped me and how I changed my life, then
Right.
let's roll with it. You know.
Right. Okay. All
Hey,
right, man.
but you know one thing too though, before we go, um, I was really thinking like how the need for the change can bring about us talking about, you know, credit. We talk about all of that good stuff.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you
We
know,
can
so,
do that. We can get into
all right,
some credit building videos and
all right,
some legal paperwork and
yeah,
law, and stuff like
yeah.
that. Because
Be on the lookout.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Commercial.
That's a lot of things. People don't be realizing what laws is changing and what's going on.
Yeah,
Or they always thinking about just vote for like presidents and all that type of stuff. But they don't vote for like they local politics and
right.
you
We ain't
know.
gonna give it to them yet. Remember
Yeah,
we were talking
so
about
yeah.
that earlier.
Oh, for sure.
So
Yeah.
yeah, you the one. Let's close it out, big bro. I
Yep.
love you, brother. You know,
All right, man. Love you
peace.
too,
You
man.
know, yes,
Yep.
sir,
Yep.
brother. You know, so peace and love to the family. I'm glad I had this opportunity to talk to you. You know
Yes,
what I'm saying?
sir.
Talk to and for you to talk to me. You know, and for me to listen and for you to listen because these ears is important. We always
Yes.
got to have an ear for each other, brother.
For sure, yeah, and that's the problem. A lot of people, man, they can't even agree to disagree or whatever, or just build off. You're gonna
Right,
still believe what you believe at the end of the day, but what I'm saying, at least you had somebody try to, if they was right, they try to show you that, another side to think about it, and if you was wrong or right, what I'm saying, you doing the same for them. So y'all gonna always, you know
right.
you gonna
Something.
always have the right answer somewhere because we know all the right answers. You know what I'm saying?
Iron
So
sharpen iron.
yeah, so if
Yep.
everybody out here still was start sharpening everybody still, man, we all had an answer. We know where we come from, everything. We all because we all know the answer. We all know
Salute.
the answer, but
Right.
we
If
ain't
you put us
talking.
all together, we all
Yeah,
gonna know the answer.
if you put us all together and we all talking, chill the fuck out. We all know the answer, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I know too much, man. Maybe I know too much, you know what I'm saying? But I know I got the answer,
Do
but
you
you
be
ain't,
listening?
yeah.
No.
Do you be listening though? You feel me? I know I got the answer, but I ain't listening to myself. You feel me? And you can help me get the answer. So help me get the answer. And I'll
Right.
help you get the answer.
Right.
That's how it's
Right.
supposed to be, man.
Yeah. Amen.
Yeah,
Hey.
man. For
I
sure.
say
I
peace and
say,
love.
man. All right, man.
All right.
Yeah, man. I love doing this, man. I'm out of here, man. I'm about to get out of here though. I appreciate, whoever watching, whoever listening and stuff, man. I appreciate that. All right.
When I think of you,
Yeah.
my heart remembers
Oh, yes, it does.
all the love we've ever had, all the love we've ever had, just me and you.
Damn.
When I think of you,
Who am I? Cause I know I ain't this body for real. Now that I'm in the physical, it's hard to describe me for real. Trying to remember, but my real self hiding for real. Where you at? Come talk to me. Give me my knowledge. Cause the real shit that I'm really supposed to know, it ain't buried in no college. It ain't buried in no book. I won't hear it from no scholar. Put me up into the astro and grab me by the collar and then speak it into my ear. Even if you gotta holler, I want the cheat codes for this shit. Like I'm playing Grand Theft Auto. Cause I'm tired of all the lessons. I'm tired of all the stressing. What's the point of being immortal if I'm always counting blessings? I'm done with all the extra testing. Shit, I'm trying to have fun, even if it's for a second. Give me a second. How dare I create myself outside of myself and still be myself? So my question is, what part of myself am I? Cause the thoughts that I be having running around in my mind, I don't think you motherfuckers really know God. Or do you? Or do you look in the mirror and be like, nigga, who you? Meditate, levitate, and see what you do. I need more people on this type of time, so I can get a blue clue. Running through this simulation, twisted off this juju. Forgetting that I am the only way I'm going cuckoo. So who am I? I'm you even you too. So if I'm you too. Quit falling for this foo-foo. No separation from the creation, just like voodoo. Chasing your tail, who knew? Thinking out loud, talking to myself. I know you're listening, you probably think I got a screw loose.
just me